Chapter 1. Down the rabbit hole. Alice was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank, and of having nothing to do. Once or twice she had peeped into the book her sister was reading, but it had no pictures or conversation in it. And what is the use of book? Alice in Wonderland, thought Alice, without pictures or conversation, so she was considering in her own mind, or as she could, for the hot day made her feel very sleepy and stupid. With her, the pleasure of making a day shine would be worth the trouble of getting up and pitch in the daisies when suddenly a white rabbit with pink eyes ran close by her. There was nothing so very remarkable in that, nor did Alice think it so very much out of the way to hear the rabbit say to itself, oh there, I shall be too late." Or when she thought it over afterward, it occurred to her that she ought to have wondered at this, but at the time it all seemed quite natural. But when the rabbit actually took a watch out of its waistcoat pocket and looked at it in 10:41, Alice started to her feet, for it has hit across her mind that she had never before seen a rabbit with either a waistcoat pocket or a wedge to take out of it, and burning with curiosity, they ran across the field after it, and was just in time to see it pop down a large rabbit hole under the hearth. In another moment down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again. Down the rabbit hole. The rabbit hole wind struck on like a tunnel for some way, and then dipped suddenly down, so suddenly that Alice had not a moment to think about stopping herself before she found herself falling down what seemed to be a very deep well. Either the well was very deep, or she fell very slowly, for she had plenty of time as she went down to look about her, and to wonder what was going to happen next, for she tried to look down and make out what she was coming to, but it was too dark to see anything. Then she looked at the series of the wheel and noticed that they very filled with cupboards and books, shelves. Her entire she saw maps and pictures hung upon that she saw maps and pictures hung upon it. She took down a jar from one of the shelves as she passed. It was labeled the shelves as she passed. It was labeled orange marmalade, but to her great disappointment, it was empty. She did not like to drop the jar for fear of killing somebody underneath, so managed to put into one of the cupboards. As she flew past it, Phil thought Alice to herself, after such a fell as this, I shall think nothing of tumbling downstairs. How brave the I'll think me at home. Why, I will I hold say anything about it, even if I will of the top of the house, or which was very likely true. Alice in Wonderland. Down, down, down. How the field never come to an end. I wonder how many meals have fallen by this time. She sighed a lot. I must be getting so somewhere near the center of the earth. Let me see. That hold be 4,000 miles down. I think, or for you, see, Alice had learned several things of this sort in her lesson in the schoolroom, and thought this was not a very good opportunity for showing off her knowledge, as there was no one to listen to her. Still, it was good practice to say it over. Yes, that's about the right distance, but then I wonder what latitude or longitude idea I've got to. Alice had not the slightest idea what latitude was longitude either, but she thought there were nice grand words to say. Presently, she began again. I wonder if I shall fall right through the earth. How funny it seemed to come out among the people that walked with their head down. Were the antipathies, I think she was rather glad there was no one listening this time, as it didn't sound at all the right word. But I shall have to ask them what the name of the country is. Please, ma'am, is this New Zealand or Australia? Down the rabbit hole, and she stared Cortez as she spoke, Frankie continuing as Yuri falling through the air. Do you think you could manage it? And what an ignorant little girl she'll thank me for asking. No, it'll never to do us. Perhaps I shall see it written up somewhere. Down, down, down. There was nothing else to do, so Ellison began talking again. Did not amuse me very much tonight. I should think Dina was the cat. I hope I remember her saucer of milk at tea time. Dina, my dear, I wish you were down here with me. There are no meat in jar. I'm afraid, but you may get a bat, and that's very like a mouse, but two cats eat bats. I wonder, and here Alice began to get very sleepy, and went on saying to herself, in a dreamy sort of way, "Do cat eat bats? Do cat eat bats? And something do bat it cut, for you see, as she called a swear a constitution, it said much matter which way she put it. She felt that the sea was dashing off and had just begun to dream that she was walking hand in hand with Dina, and was saying to her very easily, "Now, Dina, tell me the truth. Did you ever hide it bad when suddenly Tam Dancy came upon Alice in Wonderland? I have obsessed a Faraday and Levis, and the fight was over. Alice was not a bit hurt, and she jumped up and to her feet in a moment. She looked up, but it was all dark overhead. Before her was another long passage, and the white rabbit was still in sight. Hurrying down it, there was not a moment to be lost. Away went Alice like the wind, and was just in time to hear it sigh as it entered a corner of my ears and whiskers. How delayed its gait thing! She was close behind it when she turned the corner, but the rabbit was no longer to be seen. She found herself in low hall, which was lit up by a row of lamps hanging from the roof. There were doors all around the hall, but they were all locked, and when Alice had been all the way down one side and up the other, trying every door, she walked silently down the middle, wondering how she was ever to get out again. Suddenly she came upon a little elegant table, all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it but a tiny golden key, and Alice's first idea was that this might belong to one of the doors of the hall, but alas, either the look very too large, or the key was too small, but at any rate it would not open any of them. However, when the second time round she came upon a low curtain she had not noticed before, and behind it was a little door about 15 inches high. She tried the little golden key in the lock, and to her great delight it fitted. Alice opened the door and found that it led into a small passage, not much larger than a red hall. She knelt down and looked along the passage into the loveliest garden you ever saw. How she longed to get out of the dark hall and wander among those bits of brick, flowers, and those cool fountains, but she could not even get her head through the door. Why, and even if my head would go through poor Alice, it would be of very little use without my saddle. Oh, how I wish I could shoot up like a telescope. I think I could if I only knew how to begin. For you see, so many out of the way things had happened lately that Alice had begun to think that very few things indeed, very really impossible. There seemed to be no was in waiting by the little door, so she went back to the table, half hoping she might find another key on it, or any read the book of rules for shooting people up like telescope. This time she found a little bottle on it, or which certainly was not her before, sighed Alice. And tied round the neck of the bottle was a paper label with the neat word "Drink Me" beautifully printed on in large letters. It was all very well to say, "Drink me," but the wise little Alice was not going to do that in a fairy. "No, I look first," she sighed, and see whether in market poison or not, for she had read several nice little stories about children who had got brown and eaten up by wild beasts and other unpleasant things, all because they could not remember the simple rules their friends had taught them, such as that a red hot poker will burn you if you hold it too long, and that if you cut your finger very deeply with a knife, it actually bleeds. And she had never forgotten that if you drink much from a bottle of market poison, it is almost certain to disagree with you sooner or later. Oh, however, this bottle was not market poison, so Alice ventured to taste it and found it very nice, or it had it fetched a sort of mixed flowers of cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hot buttery toast. She very soon finished it off. "What a curious feeling," sighed Alice. "I must be shooting up like a telescope." And so it was indeed. She was now only 10 inches high, and her face brightened up at the thought that she was now dry size for going through the little door into that lovely garden. First, however, she waited for a few minutes to see if she was going to spring any farther. Further, she felt a little nervous about this, for it might end. "You know," said Alice to herself, "in my going out altogether like a candle. I wonder what I shall be like then." And she tried to fancy what the flame of a candle look like after the candle is blown out, for she could not remember ever having seen such a thing. After a while, finding that nothing more happened, she decided on going into the garden at once, but alas for poor Alice, when she got to the door, she found she had forgotten the little garden key, and when she went back to the table for it, she found she could not possibly reach it. She could see it quite plainly through the glass, and she tried her best to climb up one of the legs of the table, but it was too slippery, and when she had tired herself out with trying, the poor little thing sighed down and cried. "Come, Terno," was crying like that, sighed Alice to herself rather sharply. "I advise you to leave off this minute." She generally gave herself very good advice, although she very seldom followed it, and sometimes she scolded herself so severely as to bring tears into her eyes, and also she remembered trying to book her own ear for having cried herself in a game of croquet she was playing against herself. For this curious Jill was very fond of pretending to be two people, but it's no use now. Thought poor Alice to pretend to be two people. Why, there's hardly enough of me left to make one respectable person. Soon her eye fell on a little glass book that was lying under the table. She opened it and found in it a very small cake, on which the word "Eat me" were beautifully marked in currants. "Will I eat it?" sighed Alice, "and if it makes me grow larger, I can read the key, and if it makes me smaller, I can creep under the door, so either way I get into the garden, and I don't care which happens." She ate a little bit and sighed anxiously to herself, which way, holding her hand on the top of her head to feel which way it was growing, and she was quite surprised to find that she remained the same size. To be sure, this is what generally happens when on its cake, but Alice had got so much into the way of expecting nothing but out of the way things to happen that it seemed quite dull and stupid for life to go on in the common way. So she set to work and very soon finished off the cake.